Okay, on our first round in the Champ of Champs playoffs, we have Joe Major against Cody Schultz. Both of them are skill level 4, which means this game is a race to 4, a race to 3. So Joe started. He potted at least a ball. Let me see, which ones are they? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It got a solid, it looks like. He's lining up on the 4. Drifts that into the side pocket. Very well done. It's positioned behind the 3, but I'm not sure he has a complete shot on it. He does see the 6 in the bottom left-hand corner. And he puts that away. Cleared the 1 slightly, but has put himself behind the 7 into the top right-hand corner. And drifts that in as well. I don't believe the 2 goes. He's looking at it. It may go off the 11, but puts it behind the 11 to protect that pocket. Turns the table over to Cody. Who dispatches one of his stripes into the side pocket.
Amy Thomas. Amy Thomas, you're at table 2. Amy Thomas.
Has a look at the 15 in the top left-hand corner. And does the same. Stuns across for the 9 into the same pocket. Put away nicely. Now, he has a look at the 13, but I'm not sure he has a way to pot it. It's behind the 3, so he can't see the 11 or the 14. He can see the 13, but I'm not sure it passes the 10. Turns the table back to Joe, who has an open shot on the 3. Into the top right-hand corner pocket. Just rolls through it, leaves it hugging the corners, and left it there. Cody has now limited options. He can see the 13. I'm not sure he can see the 14. He has to lean over the black, stretching over the black. It's a difficult shot. And he miscues, turns the ball over, ball in hand to Joe. Joe put that 2 in the side pocket. It's making it difficult to get to. Here's an open shot on both the 3 and the 1. Trying to carry him maybe off the 11. Oh, very nice. A double kiss. He's got himself a look at the 3 in the top right-hand corner. Screwed back a little hard, but gives himself a thin cut on the 1 into the side. Going to have to come back up up this. Yeah. He misses and drifts down towards the bottom rail, leaving Cody a look at the 10 and the 14. But the 4, he's going to the 13, I believe. He's playing safe. Drifts it back behind the 8, but misses the safety. But I'm not sure that he can pot it from there unless, I don't even think it passes the 10. So it was a very good safety, even though it drifted out from the black just a little. He may be able to throw it into the corner, but that's a very close passway to the black. He may elect to try to hit it solid and just drift down to the rail. He's hitting down on it. I think all that's on here is a bank if he hits it that hard. Well, it was a dangerous shot. He drifted, stunned right across and almost scratched into the side pocket. He's left it there for the next shot. It's given Cody a few options here. He's got the 11 along the rail, which he does well. Gives him position on both the 14 and the 13 and the 10, actually. He's got the whole table ahead of him. He's going for the 10. Misses the 10, but leaves the 1 open. From the middle of the table, Joe could run the 1 down the rail and stun out if he hits it either soft or that was too soft. It wasn't hard enough to come back off the rail. Now he's got himself a very difficult shot on the black. He's going to try a very thin cut. A thin cut from that direction stands the chance of the cue ball coming off the rail and coming also for the same pocket. So it may be the potential of a scratch here is just about as strong. Okay, he's changed his mind. Okay. He wants to kick it from the top rail into the side pocket. And the other shot was a little dangerous in both directions. First, it was a very thin cut. This time, it's not an easy shot either. He ball in hand, misses the black, turns the ball over to Cody, who now has the table at his discretion. Ten in the side, in the corner, on the right corner, drifts over for the 14. He can stun this back up into the middle of the table for the 13 and put himself in a good position for the black. Very well done. He could actually just stop it or screw back just a few inches or come off the rail. Looks like he's going to roll against the rail and come back. Come over. Actually, it worked out well for him. It was a rather solid shot. He went to that pocket, went to the left pocket. I thought he might be going to the right pocket. And he's put the ball away. And Joe opens his account with one game. So Joe leads 1-0 on a race to 3. Cody, yeah. Oh, I got it the wrong way around. So sorry. Technical error here, folks. So sorry. Thanks. I credited the wrong person there, folks. Bear with me. That's the way it goes. Now, Cody has broken and scratched. So Joe's going for the 3 into the side pocket, electing to take solids. He rolled forward probably a little bit softer than he wanted to. He's left himself a shot on the 1 in the bottom rail, bottom corner if he wants it. If it had moved it just a little bit further, he would have had a better shot on the 7. Rolled the 7, put himself hard against the 10, but he's on solid, so he still has a good look at the 4 into the side pocket. It's a rather dangerous shot here. You'd have to hit that side pocket and stun the ball. Whoa. Hit it rather hard. Came back to the center of the table, turning the table over to Cody, who has a stripe. He is the 11, almost a straight in shot into the top left corner. Also has a thin cut on the 9, which would free up the 14. Now he's electing to go for the 11, the top left-hand corner. Overcut it, left it right in the throes of the pocket, and Joe hard against the 7, but he has a look at the 6 in the opposite pocket at the top. He puts it away, drifts down to the bottom rail, maybe a little hard, not giving himself a good look at anything right now. He snookered himself behind the 9 for the 4 and the 7. He's got the 10 there. That's shielded him from the 2, and I believe he can't see the 5. He may be able to see an edge of the 5 from what we can see, but I'm not sure. From where I'm sitting, it doesn't appear that he's got a very good shot at anything. Looks like he's kicking. Yeah, kicked at the 5 and drifted back up to towards the top rail, putting himself behind the 15, turning the table over to Cody. Who elects to quickly dispatch the 15 into the top left corner and the 12 down the rail for the bottom right corner. He has a straight shot on the 9, and he's got the 11 up in the top left corner as well, in the pocket. Rolls the 9 into the bottom left corner, and has an option on carom the 13 onto the 11. And well hit, drifting the 13 across to the opposite right-hand corner pocket. He's got to free that 14 off up sometime. He may be able to deflect it towards the left corner. He hits it soft. Well, he's covered the pocket for Joe on the 10 behind Joe's 5 in the right corner pocket. He's got a direct shot on the 7 to the top left pocket, which he does very well, drifting forward and giving himself a good angle on the 4 and leaving it in the throes of the pocket behind the 13, covering the pocket for Cody. Cody has a shot at the 14. I think he'll bank that. No, he's playing softly and just drifted it towards the rail. And not sure the 2 passes the 14, but it may. He can cut it the other direction and go towards the top left corner. Eight ball truly is a game of strategy, folks. He had a direct shot at it. From our angle, I didn't see that he had that much of the ball. Now, Cody is in a dilemma. He could take the 10 and clear out. That exposes the 5. Okay. Drifting back to the left side of the 14. He has to find a way to get an angle on the 13 if he puts the 14 in the side. But he's screwing back on it, stopping it right where it made contact. Again, playing safe and drifting right up against the 4 and between the 4 and the 4 and the 8, which cuts off the options for Joe, although he does have a shot on the 2. He rolled the 2 in. He's almost too straight on the 5 to be able to get back to the top rail unless he was to screw it back. I'm not sure that a skill level 4 would be able to do that, so he's rolling it forward softly, but that's and intentionally missing, giving Cody a decision to make on the 13, which is very close to both his 4 and the 8. He's drifting it up again, pushing the 4 closer to the pocket and completely cutting off access to the 5. It was a very intelligent shot from Cody. Joe's looking at a kick shot, I believe, or maybe he's going to just glance off the side of it. He's got to be careful with that black sitting right there. He's going to thin cut the 4, trying to leave it still in the throes of the pocket. And almost scratched, but that was an intelligent shot in return. This leaves Cody with a shot of a 13 in the side. And he can possibly nudge the black right in between the pocket and the 4. But he's going across table, kicking at it. Okay. Well, he bounced off the 8, pocketing the 4 of Joe's, leaving Joe with an easy shot on the 5. Who comes back to the rail and maybe just too close to the black and comes in right behind it, almost making an impossible situation for Joe. Hit the ball much too hard for the job he was attempting to do. However, he does have an option at trying to kick at it and come back from the opposite rail and kick it back into the right top corner pocket. It misses, leaving it there for Cody, who has a very easy cut to the right corner pocket to complete the second game and actually put himself on the hill. As well done. Cody now goes 2 games to 0 and is on the hill. So it's Cody to break. He's on the hill. He needs just one more game to win this frame, win the match, and pass on to the next round. Joe yet to open his account. Made a wide break, spread the balls out, but it was a dry break. And Joe takes over, looking at a potential pathway to running the table. Looks like he's electing to go for solids, with the 2 up into the top corner pocket and well hit. Stuns across behind the 4 and back down into the bottom right pocket. Which he dispatches very well. He now has a look at the 6. He's got the 7 and the 1. He's going for the 6, but this is he's going to hit the 11 if he hits the 6. And he may drift. No, he's going to try a screw back. We'll see what happens. Yeah, he stunned it a little too hard. Got that 1 now bottled up. Looking, yeah, didn't think the 5 had enough clearance there. He's left himself down the bottom end of the table, turning the table over to Cody, who now is looking at the stripes. The 12 may glance off the 3. Yes, kissed the 3 and just rolled into the pocket. He drifted out. He has a shot at the 11 into the right side pocket. Stuns to the bottom rail. He's given himself a shot at the 14 or the 13. Here he runs the risk of hitting the black, but stunned right across behind the 9. He's almost kissing the 9, so he's now virtually come to the end of his run and has to probably think about a safety shot. Well, there's a potential clearance. His stripes are still bottled up. He's still got the 3, the 15, and the 5 bottled up there. He left the cue ball next to the 1, which is not, I don't believe it's potable from where he's got it. Ball in hand. Joe sort of hesitated and hit it too soft. Giving Cody a look at the 15 into the side. Drifts out for the 13, potentially, into the right corner pocket. He's going to hit the 5. And effectively covers up the 1 at the top left-hand corner. Joe's taking his time to survey the table. It looks like he's going to go for the 5. This has a potential to scratch if he's not careful. He just rolled it up there, and it didn't go through. But he left. He's actually left Cody a pathway for the 12 right behind the 13 and the 1 into the top corner. Wow. He tried for the 13. I didn't think the 13 could pass the 1, but he's put Joe in a tight channel, if you like, between the 12 and the 13. He can see the 7, but it's a thin cut, and it is also a potential scratch into the side pocket. Joe's going to go for it, I think. He's looking at the 7. He's going to need to, he can't do much about it. He's rolling right on the rail, so this could be a difficult shot. Yeah, the scratch was on. He just missed it and bounced the ball off the corner of the pocket back up towards the top rail. Cody's electing to go for the 9 of the side, which he navigates very well, puts himself perfectly on the 12, which if he stuns out, he should be able, stuns softly, he should be in a good position to put the 13 in because it's ahead of the 9, ahead of the 1. Well done. He's got an angle on the 13, and he's possibly he may kiss off the rail onto the black and hope that he gets a position. Not sure that the black goes past the 1. I guess it does. You can see it. This is the shot to win the match. No, It didn't. There was not enough to pass there. He's left the ball, left the black right in the throw of the pocket. So right now, Joe has to. It's all on the line. He has to run the table. First, he's going for the 5 in the top right-hand corner. He's going to go for the 1, potentially position himself in place for the 7 and the 3. So this is a courageous effort from Joe. Perfect shot. Joe screws back. It's a perfect line on the 3 and puts himself in a perfect position to take a game. So he's straight on, so he needs to screw back on this and stun it to prevent following into it. Very well done, and Joe takes a game. So the score now is Joe 1, Cody 2. Cody is still on the hill. Cody only needs one more game to win the match, and Joe needs 2. Cody racks, and Joe to break. Sets the table. Joe approaches. And will break from the side. Tried an 8-ball break. He got a stripe. He's wasted himself right on the 4. So if he goes for the 9, he has to shoot over the 4. If he goes for the 10, he has to cut it behind the 5. Go into the top pocket. Very well done. Comes back to the middle of the table right behind the 14. Gives himself an option on either the 14, 15, or the 9. Electing the 14 first. Ooh, rolled up right behind the 15. Not sure that can roll the way he's going to hit it. He's looking at the 12. And tied up both the 12 and the 11 with the cluster of balls, the cluster of low balls. The 3, 1, 7, and 2 all virtually touching each other. Cody thin cutting the 6, but scratched in the bottom right-hand corner. If Joe has any hope of running this game, he needs to clear both the 12 and the 11 from that cluster. Well, he cleared. He cleared the 12. Gives Cody a look at the 6 and a look at the 4. It looks like the 4 can pass the 9. And gets it by default. Cody has a lot of work to do with that wall of solids here that he's got to be able to break them out, be able to run them. Got a lucky roll, but I think Joe can see the 9. He may not be able to put it in from there. He may. I cannot see just how much clearance he has. The 15 on the rail is there too for a bank. Oh, well hit. Perfect hit. 15 into the top left-hand corner. It was a perfect bank. You still got to clear that 11. That's the problem ball that you have to get to. Because if you don't get it out of there, Joe, that's a wall of snookers right there. There's a lot of safeties available for Cody if that 11 stays where it is. Yeah, Joe sees the issue. Oh, perfect hit. There was enough on there to be able to put in the side. He's in an excellent position to take this game, but the shot that he can go for the 12 into the left corner, bottom corner pocket. However, that's a thin cut, and that's also a potential scratch, unless he banks it. So he just left it there, knowing that Cody has got a lot of work to do with that row of solids. So Cody's elected to break it up and stuns the cue ball right up against the black, giving Joe an easy hit on the 12 into the left-hand corner. And a position up here, but he may have hit it too hard. Hits the 9 into the rail virtually, making it almost an impossible shot unless he wants to try to do a cross bank, a cross kick. Oh, perfect shot. Joe did that perfectly, put himself in a position for the black into the side pocket. Black looks like it passes into the side pocket past the 3. Looking for that exact path into that side pocket to bring the score back to Hill. He's electing to go to the bottom. Okay, bottom corner. Okay. increases the angle, increases the difficulty. And totally thin cuts it, bringing the black ball down very close to the 7 and opening up that wall. So now Cody has an option to go after some balls. Begins with the 3, comes off the rail. He's a little too close to the 1. Try the 5 in the bottom right corner. Which he misses, but has now left himself fairly safe with Joe not really having a shot on the black. Being that it is so close to the 7. The other option too, if he glances the black towards the right, towards the left-hand side in the screen, the right-hand side in the screen, there's a potential there that the ball would drift into the pocket and scratch. So it's a very difficult shot. Okay. This gives Cody ball in hand. One down, 4 to go. Looking for the 6 in the top corner, left corner pocket. She does well. He's positioned himself on the 1 and to the side. Stuns it down to the bottom rail, clears the black, leaves himself perfectly on the 7. Stun this off the rail back into the center of the table. No, he's going to roll it. Didn't hit it long enough. He might have got enough angle on the 2 to the right top pocket. Well done. Positioned perfectly on the black. And this is the match-winning shot for Cody to pass into round 2. And Cody wins. And Joe is eliminated. This is a single elimination event. Final score, Cody 3, Joe Major 1. And that completes our first stream